Life ain't always without regrets. And, I've enjoyed, by and large, the majority of trailers I've looked at on this channel. Some, were more for laughs. Some maybe didn't play out to be the best of films. I do carry some regrets of me in projects that I didn't cover. Notably, Halloween of 2018. I'm genuinely surprised that I didn't cover that, because I should have. I really liked the trailers. I wasn't covering as many horror films at the time. I was mostly covering, franchise-attached films I was already familiar with, like Star Wars and Marvel and whatnot. In the years since, I've really broadened my scope in terms of the projects I covered. I've really been impressed by some of the other movies I've seen that aren't as readily talked about. Oh, this one was, and for good reason. I hadn't seen the first Halloween from 1978. I have now, and yes, it's a classic movie. Content-wise, I didn't like everything about it, but by and large, yes, I can absolutely see why it's a classic film. But it was, I was under the impression that, it's really violent and whatnot, largely in part due to the other sequels. Now, I haven't seen any of the other Halloweens beyond 1978 and 2018. But again, that's as far as I've gone, because I'm like, technically if we're axing all the other ones from canon, I guess I don't have to do that much research. But I did like the general story for 1978. I really loved Jamie Lee Curtis in the Laurie Strode role. I absolutely loved it. She did an amazing job. And Michael Myers certainly is a very terrifying figure. I can see why he's so legendary. But between the two, and perhaps in part this is maybe due to my respect for Blumhouse, or just the fact that the movie and the script are so good, and the realization to the film was absolutely amazing, I love Halloween of 2018. It's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, to be honest with you. I love it so much. And I've watched both back to back, actually. It's such an amazing horror film. I really enjoyed it. Now, I'm going to talk about it more when we get to the main trailer for it. Some of the implications from that. Because, a lot's changed in the years since, where I've come to actually not just respect it, but respect it even more so than I did. It's quite surprising. I haven't heard this commentary being delivered from many other people, so you should be somewhat interested by my take, because it is rather different from other people. But with Halloween of 2018, we knew a sequel was coming. That ending was very clearly like, he's burning, but we don't... The rule of comic book movies, right? If there's no body, the character's not dead. And that applies to maybe some other genres as well, including Halloween. We're like, we didn't see the body, we just saw the house burning. So Michael Myers probably is still around. And guess what? We have 2 sequels incoming. Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. By the way, I'm still really miffed that because of 2020, I am covering this late. I'm still really upset by the fact that Halloween Kills was delayed. I was really looking forward to that movie. And it was delayed by a year. I can tell you, I knew why. Perfectly understandable. But it was still very upsetting in terms of the films I wanted to watch. And I had a lot of films I wanted to watch at the time that they were supposed to be released, but Halloween especially. I loved Halloween, so I was so excited to watch the story continue. Yes, this is a very violent franchise, but the story is so stinking good. Let's take a look at the announcement that aired a couple years ago, actually, at Comic-Con, preluding, hey, these films are coming eventually. We're going to have some sequels. As always, we're going to watch this first, and we're going to talk about it more in my condensed news. Let's watch the video together. Again, when we look at the actual first couple trailers that released for Halloween, I'm going to have a lot more to say in terms of my respect for it. But for now, we're just looking at the original announcement, and I can give you some of my thoughts in summation. All right, here we go.
You don't believe in the boogeyman? You should.
The saga of Michael Myers and Laurie Strode isn't over.
No!
On October 16th, 2020.
Actually, 2021. The date might have changed.
Get out of here!
And on October 15th, 2021.
Happy Halloween, Michael.
That was such a good moment.
Ends.
They're like, okay, we will nail the coffin on this franchise at one point or another, right? And we'll save ourselves from having divisive sequels from the post. Like, I know Halloween, of course, is considered a classic, but I know the sequels don't always get the same praise, which is part of the reason I was grateful. Like, well, at least I don't have to catch up with so many different movies, right? I can just skip ahead. To the new continuity. And unlike Star Wars, this one's actually pretty good. Or at least it played out fully, I think, at a point where I'm like, I have mad respect for this film. What a great tease, though, of like, stuff is coming. Although, again, at the time I'm looking at this, the date is by far and away incorrect. Well, they couldn't see that COVID was coming. So it's like, well, we all just roll with it. But still, it's a grievance point for the film had to be delayed. But I love the fact they're being released back to back. And, the anticipation I feel just hearing about the Happy Halloween. I'm like, oh, I want to go forward to this. You know, again, I've never personally celebrated Halloween. As a Christian, you know, I've just never really appreciated. I know there are Christians that celebrate Halloween, or most do like harvest parties and whatnot, but there's some dark roots to the holiday, which I saw a documentary a while back, like a History Channel, talking about the roots of it. So I've never taken appreciation for the Halloween holiday, but this movie, you can watch it at any time of the year, especially maybe on Halloween. It's so good. It's so good. I love Halloween so much. Oh, so I can't wait for the sequel. And of course, we have had some trailers since. I can't wait to look at them. I've been waiting a long time. What do you guys think about Halloween Kills, though, and Halloween Ends? Are you excited for the sequels? Let me know down below. Don't forget to look at stuff with likes, that bell. And until we look at those main trailers for the new movie, for what we have at least, I'm sure another trailer will be coming down. They're not really main trailers. They're sort of like, well, they're just little advertisements. I'll see you guys at whatever point that happens to be. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't love yourselves, your fellow man. God bless, and peace.